Hi, my name is Claudia, and welcome to my discussion board for week 7. I will be going over the agenda. So, I did choose conflict management, and I will be going over a journal article, video, website, and book chapter chosen in regards to this topic. And I will also be discussing a possible scenario. So, for the journal article, I did choose a multi method examination of benefits and determinants of intergroup conflict. Title of the article, my citation is in the bottom. Within this article, it was investigated that different types of conflict, like for example, task versus relationship within groups and their impact on performance. It was found that moderate task conflict can be beneficial for um, group decision making, while relationship conflict is generally a little more harmful. And during the journal article, it did highlight the need for managers to distinguish between types of conflict and manage them accordingly. And then for the video, I did choose conflict resolution in a workplace by Mind Tools Videos. Um, in the video, it showed an introduction to workplace conflict resolution covering common causes, impacts, and some of the practical steps for de escalating a situation. Some techniques that were shared were active listening, focusing on interests, and common ground, making it useful for the managers and the employees. The website that I chose was Society for Human Resource Management, Managing Workplace Conflict. And in this website, it provided a toolkit for HR professionals to manage workplace conflict, covering like proactive measures, intervening strategies, and taking legal considerations. It also included some templates for like mediation, tips on building conflict resolution skills in organizations. And then for my chapter from a book, I did choose, again, my citation in the bottom. And within the chapter, it just explored sources and types of conflicts in project teams, the approach that is given to conflict management, and some practical like guidelines for project managers. It does emphasize the importance on identifying early on and in and tailoring interventions for different conflict scenarios. Um, so, for example, like a likely conflict could arise between policy analysis and IT specialists um, over the implementation of like a new digital record system. Um, Policy staff might prioritize compliance and data privacy when IT does focus on efficiency and it being easy um, for everyone to use, like technical wise, different goals that can differing goals and communication within gaps. Um, Communication gaps could escalate into interpersonal conflict. So some levels of intervention is like establishing clear communication channels, um, define roles, setting up joint objectives. Um, Level 2 could be like informal resolution, encourage direct dialogue, um, and formal mediation between teams to clarify any misunderstanding. Level 3 could be formal intervention. If conflict does persist, involve a neutral third party, which could be like HR to facilitate a mediation. Level 4 could be structural changes. If reoccurring, consider reviewing like workflows or team compositions to address. the issues. Some training recommendations could be like conflict resolution training for all staff, scenario-based workshops and role-playing to practice the de-escalation or mediation or the negotiation. Some topics could be a type of source of conflict, communication skills, interest-based negotiation, and some teaching techniques could be like a case study analysis of real hypothetical government department conflicts or group discussions or peer feedback. Um, this does actually happen more often than seen. I actually had this happen to me recently, um, where we had a very huge conflict with, as a team, with our program manager. We all felt the same way. We had to take it to HR. First we took it, we went by the chain of command and then eventually went to HR until there was a whole meeting with HR being the mediator and the bosses of our boss being present during the meeting while we expressed our concerns, what was going on, etc. So it did work, and some of the things that we gave for like feedback once we were going through with it was we were doing surveys that were completely anonymous, and also communicating with HR and all that stuff. So it was pretty big actually. Um, there was a lot of complaints and stuff, and luckily now we're in a better place. HR really was great at mediating and feeling like we were protected, etc., as well as the um, directors in the situation. They were very supportive and listening to us and everything. So, yeah, I just thought of that example as well. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.